Man, we back, man. I know we missed Sunday night live, man. You know, it's a holiday weekend, so just decided to not do a live. I know a lot of people are out doing things and stuff like that, so we just decided to not do a live. So it wasn't really much going on anyway. We didn't really have much to talk about, but you already know what it is. We back Tuesday night live. Y'all already know what it is. We back in the building. We're gonna turn up, man. Let me know if my audio is good. The audio is good. Please put a one in the chat. Make sure y'all can hear me well. I can hear me well. Please put a one in the chat. Also, please answer the poll question that we got in the comment section. You know, we got a poll question. Y'all already know what this live is gonna be about, man. We talked about NBA Finals, previewing the NBA Finals tonight, y'all, man. My man Clint in the building. Clint, what's going on, my G? How's my audio? Is my audio good, Clint? Let me know if my audio is good money. We got some more people pulling up in the building. How y'all feeling out there, man? How was y'all weekend? How was your holiday weekend? I bet so we good. Audio good. All right, let's get it. We gonna work. We gonna work tonight. We gonna work. I try to make this live about some sneakers, man, but it ain't really nothing going on right now in the sneaker world, man. It's like nothing going on in the sneaker world right now at all. Nothing. Every time when I go to try to make something about a sneaker, there's nothing going on, man. So it's all good. You know, we could pivot. We could talk about some different topics, man. Lately we've been talking about a lot of sports stuff anyway, so why not keep the theme going with the NBA Finals, man? I got a text from my cousin. He said this is gonna be the worst NBA Finals ever. That's what he texted me. The worst NBA Finals ever. How y'all feel about that? Worst NBA Finals is kind of crazy. For him to say he's going to be the worst NBA Finals is insane, but that's how he feels. Doesn't feel like Miami have much of a shot to do much of anything, man. Please hit the like button on the way in, my people. If you're in the building, man, please hit the like button. That's how we can keep these lives going. You know, hit these like button. It helps these videos, these lives go further in the algorithm. So just gladly appreciate it. You know, that's how you guys can show me support. With the polls looking like, oh, polls at 50-50. Somebody got Miami pulling it off. Okay. If you are new to the lives, man, we normally don't start talking about the topic at hand until the 10-minute mark. It's more people get in the building and then we start chopping it up about the topic at hand. It looks like I'm gonna be going for Dolo tonight. And I'll be pulling up on the scene. It's looking like sent him the link, so he may pop in. Y'all know he pop in at any given time. But you know, looking like for right now, it's me for Dolo right now. So we definitely gonna work. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Hold on, my son is calling me. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. All right, we back at it, y'all. We back at it. My fault. My son calling on the line. We got about 3 more minutes left before we can officially jump into this topic at hand. Oh, easy day is tomorrow. Easy day is tomorrow. If you guys want to guys want to get some of the easy excuse me, if you guys want to get some of the Yeezys that are coming out, some of the newer colors, some of the older colors, some couple people looking forward to this drop. It is tomorrow, so make sure you got your Adidas app on deck. Only Kane said game one. I don't understand what you're trying to say. You trying to say the format, or is these the? I don't understand like what this is here. It's this game one, Miami game. Oh, I see. All right, so game one, I think Miami gonna win game one. Game two, Denver gonna win game two, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. 2, 3, and 4. He's saying Denver's gonna win 2, 3, and 4. Miami's gonna win 5. So basically, he got Denver in 6. Only Kane got Denver in 6. So I mean, that's a bowl. I seen a lot of Denver in 5s. I seen a lot of Denver sweeps. A lot of people don't have. A lot of people are saying that Miami don't have a shot of doing anything this NBA Finals. Me personally, they got that dog over there, man. They got Jimmy Butler, man. Jimmy Butler, when he's on, when he's on his A game, he wills the team to victory. His determination to actually win is very high. So when you got a guy like that on your team, you can never count him out too much. But overall, gotta go with Denver, man. Denver got too much firepower. You gotta go with Denver. They have way too much firepower. So I'm taking Denver in 6. I got Denver in 6. Got Denver in 6. Also, guys, man, haven't mentioned yet, man. Please hit that poll question. You guys can answer the poll question that's in the comment section also. But I got Denver in 6. That's what it's looking like for me, man. Yeah, 4-2 Denver. I got the same thing. If you guys are not subscribed yet, man, please hit that subscribe button. It's gladly appreciated also. My question is, matter of fact, we can just jump into it now. My question is, do you guys think that I think Murray is gonna be as dominant as he's been in these playoffs? With Miami got a lot of, good wing defenders. They got Jimmy Butler. He's probably gonna take that matchup of guarding Murray. So that may be a little different for what Murray has been seeing all playoffs long. I know Devin Booker was guarding him. Devin Booker is not as good as a defender as Jimmy Butler is. So when you say like, do we think that Jimmy could slow him down? Because Murray's been having his way with pretty much throughout the whole playoffs. And I think that's the key to actually beating Denver. You got to slow down Murray. Joker's going to get his. You got to slow down Murray. Once you slow down Murray, it's a different ball game. Joker's going to get his. He's going to get other people involved. You got to slow down the supporting cast. The NBA playoffs is all about slowing down the supporting cast. Once you do that, it's a different ball game. So, my man Clint said he got Denver in 5. A lot of people saying Denver in 5. A lot of people are saying Denver in 5. A lot. Pretty much the majority of the people saying Denver in 5. But let's talk about. Hold on, 1 second. Hold on. I want to talk about. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me just get this off the screen. Let's talk a little bit about last night's game with Boston, man. My question is to y'all: do y'all feel like Denver actually? I mean, not Denver. I'm sorry. Do you feel like Miami actually beat Boston? I mean, yeah. Do you feel like Miami actually beat Boston, or do you feel like You feel like Boston gave the game away. Like, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that, man? I kind of feel like I feel like they kind of gave the game away. Like once Jason Tatum got hurt, it was pretty much downhill from that point on. Once Jason Tatum got hurt, how do you guys feel about that? You guys feel like talk to me, y'all. Petty Smith says, I think Boston gave the game away. That's pretty much how I felt. I feel like they gave it away. Once Tatum went down, they put Jaylen Brown into they put Jaylen Brown in position, to actually, do what he needed to do, and he did not show up. He did not show up, man. With all that pressure that was on him, he did not show up at all. And it was all downhill from there, man. Once Jason Tatum was not able to go downhill and put that pressure on that Miami defense, it was over from that point on. Everybody else just started jacking up threes, and it was pretty much a wrap from that point on. From that point on, it was pretty much a wrap. Clint said that he beat Boston in Boston. They sure did. Sure did. They put a beating on him too. They put a real beating on him. They put a real beating on him, man. And like it was bad too, man. Like I felt like Boston never really got an opportunity to get it going. They never got the opportunity to get it going. They never got the opportunity to just like fight back, man. They was from the beginning of the game, they was playing with their backs against the wall. And they pretty much had the momentum going their way. So it's crazy. It's crazy, man. That had to be one of the worst game sevens I've ever seen in my life. One of the worst game sevens I've ever seen in my life, man. When I think of great game sevens, I think about the Toronto and 76ers in the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, when Kawhi was there, they won that chip, Toronto. I think that's a good game seven. I think the finals game seven between Cleveland and Golden State. The Father's Day, I think that was a great game seven also. Those were two great game sevens in my opinion. But yesterday's game seven, man. You think of game sevens, man, you think of legendary games. Great games. What we got last night was a full blowout. Full blowout. It was nasty. Oh, Chris in the building. Yo, what's good, my G?
What's good?
What's going on, man? We talking about last night blowout real quick before we jump into who we think gonna win this finals. So, Chris, how did you feel? Did you feel like Miami beat Boston, or did Boston they never really got the chance to get going in the right direction after the Tatum injury on the first play of the game?
Nah, after that Tatum injury, it was slow motion. But and then it's a lot to unfold with that one. I felt like Tatum injury played a part for his game, but then Boston chucking up all them damn threes. Like I keep on saying this on show after show after show. There's only 3 good to great shooters in the league right now. Mm-hmm. That's Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Damian Lillard. If you're not one of those 3, stop chucking up all these damn 3-point shots. Like, y'all was from game 6 until game 7. I think y'all only hit about 15 to 18 threes combined in both games. Why are y'all chucking up so many threes? Like, drive to the basket. Get fouls. Like, y'all had Bam Adebayo with 3 fouls in the first half. but y'all still chucking up threes. They didn't even play Kevin Love yesterday. Like, they didn't even put in Zella, I don't even think. Why y'all not driving to the paint?
3-point.
They basically gave that game away. Like, y'all, Boston is bugging. Like, much respect to them for coming back from a 3-0 lead,
Right.
but
they blew it.
Y'all was huh?
They blew it. You feel like they definitely did blow it, man. Like
They blew it. Like, that was the perfect opportunity to even if y'all didn't win the championship, that was a perfect opportunity to cement your team in history books as the first team to ever come back from a 3-0 lead in basketball and go to the finals or go to the next round, however you want to look at it. Like, I couldn't even do it. And I was at home. That's the crazy part. I wasn't on the road and had a win a big game. Yeah, I was at home.
Most definitely. I definitely agree with you, Chris. I definitely agree with you, man. I feel like they had a perfect opportunity to actually make history, man. They were right there. They were right there, man. They fought all the way back. Now they're talking about their coach might get fired.
Nah, he can't. You can't put that on him. Like, he's a rookie coach. Like,
yeah,
they gotta stop this bullshit. Like, he's a rookie coach. Like, what y'all want the man to do if his team ain't showing up? A different coach, maybe you would have had them doing different plays and stuff like that. But he's a rookie coach,
right.
And to get them this far after all that turmoil before the season even started with Ndoka and all that stuff with Boston, it's like you got to give that man an opportunity, bro.
Which, right.
And this is what I told you before when we were talking about like the Knicks and Thibodeau and all these coaches. Like, they really be giving the coaches the short end of the stick when it's not really the coach that's on the floor. Like, yeah, the coaches, their job is to put them in a good position, make good plays and all that, but at the end of the day, it's still up to the players to execute. And if these players ain't executing that game plan, you got to hold these players accountable.
Yeah, they definitely. These players, they ain't gonna never hold the players accountable at this point, man.
Like, I like Jaylen Brown, but let's be real. If this game was a do or die game for your contract for next year or the next 5 years for that $290 million extension you could sign, and you had to show up and show why you deserve this extension, 5 years, 290. You ain't show up, brother.
Yeah, great point.
You ain't show up. Like, so why would I want to give you $290 million for the next 5 years and you can't show up at home in one of the biggest games in our franchise history right now?
Yeah. I feel like once they I just felt like the game plan that they probably had going into this game went out the window once Tatum went down, and they just never recovered. They didn't know how to recover.
But see, we spoke about this earlier. I feel even with Tatum going down, and remember I told you this in the car, Tatum and Brown to me are the same kind of players. Even though Tatum's a better offensive player, they still the same kind of player. They both small forwards, like small forward shooting guard
wings.
So,
They wings.
Yeah, they wings. So at the end of the day, what you may not get from Tatum offensively, he still gave you about 15 points or so. You know what I mean? So he still did. He had a double yesterday. I think he had like 11 boards and like he had over 15 points or something like that. So he still gave you a double.
Right.
The rest of y'all got to step y'all game up.
Detroit Kings, what's going on, my G?
The rest of y'all got to, what's up, Detroit Kings? The rest of y'all got to step y'all game up. So it's like, it can't be Tatum on a hobble leg still give you a double, but you 3 niggas with no injuries can't even give these niggas 20 points? Come on.
I think White got hurt yesterday, too.
I didn't really watch the game. Like I told you earlier, I was really watching the Yankee game, but from the clips I was seeing, it's like, bro, y'all chucking too many threes and y'all not making right basketball plays.
Right. You're not making the right plays, too. With that being said, let's just jump into the topic, at hand right now, man. You got the NBA Finals. The NBA Finals, man, is up in the stuff, man. Feel me? Got Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat versus
Jimmy
Jokic.
Jordan. Jimmy Jordan.
My bad. Jimmy Jordan, allegedly. The Miami Heat versus Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, man. Like, how do you, my cousin, I mentioned this earlier in the live. My cousin texted me. He said, this is going to be the worst finals in NBA history. That's what he said.
Honestly speaking, one of my mans was trying to make a bet. He was like, he got Miami in 5. I said, I told him put $100 on the line, because I don't see that happening.
Troll.
I don't see that happening. He definitely was trying to troll. I said, I don't see that happening. I said, I don't like Denver. I would like Miami to win, but I don't see how Miami's going to beat Denver. I said they could possibly get 2 games. Right. Possible 2, but I don't see them beating Denver. I said I don't really see Denver sweeping Miami like that, even though they did whoop on Miami all year round.
Right.
But, playoff time and regular season is 2 different animals. And clearly you've seen that how Miami been playing during this postseason. We all, me and you definitely thought it was over for this Miami era.
Yeah, man, we definitely said this when it is Detroit, man. They got Boston
in the playing tournaments.
They got Milwaukee. They beat the number 1 seed and the number 2 seed in the East to go to the finals.
That's a fact.
With much respect to them, man. Clint said Boston was 9 from 42 from the 3-point line yesterday.
And then what? And then look at their stats for Game 6. They was like 6 or 7 for like 30 something, bro. Why are y'all chucking up these many threes? That makes no.
Yo,
there's only 3 great shooters in the NBA, and I just named all 3 of them. If you're not one of those 3, don't chuck up threes like that, bro. Because I'm not even gonna lie. As great of a shooter Klay Thompson is, when he's missing, he's like him and Curry. When them threes ain't falling, they start driving, but them 2 will still chuck up threes left and right. But the only difference is, like, you live and die with them 2 chucking up threes. Mm-hmm. You know that's their game.
A lot of teams is living and dying with the checking up threes.
They gotta stop. They gotta stop. Like, y'all not shooters, bro. Y'all not shooters. Go back. If you really look at the NBA game now, this is what I was telling my people earlier. Mm-hmm. There's only a few select people that still play that mid-range game, like DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler. Those dudes still play that 15 to 20, 15 or 20 foot shot, like 15, 18 foot shot. Everybody else want to chuck up a 3, or it just be like, bro, go back to the mid-range, bro. Like, what's wrong with y'all? I barely can hit mid-range shots and y'all chucking up 3s.
Mm-hmm. It's nasty, man. Nasty work, man. Chris, man, how you see this playing out, man? How you see this finals playing out, man? I think, I think like me and you spoke about earlier, we can't really count out Jimmy Butler, man. He got that dog in him. You know what I'm saying?
Jordan can't count out Jimmy Jordan. I see Denver winning, but it ain't gonna be as easy as some people is trying to make it seem like.
Yeah, I got Denver 6.
Yeah, I got Denver in about a good 6.
I got Denver in 6, man. I don't got a sweep. I got Denver in 6.
I can't see Jimmy buckets getting swept in no finals. I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, man.
And let's keep it real. They getting some key players back right now because Tyler Hero, they say he's active for to resume play basketball activity. So he's gonna be there for the finals too. And he's a good 20 points a game scorer.
Trey King said Denver in 5.
Nah. I'm gonna keep it real with you, and this is what I was trying to explain to my man that said Miami in 5. Even though Denver hasn't played for almost a week and some change.
It's been a minute.
That layover of not playing basketball hurts sometimes for teams. There's a track record of that in all sports. When you have a layover you haven't been playing for a little minute, that necessarily doesn't mean you're going to be the fresher team because you've been just home relaxing.
You're gonna be the fresher team, but
you're gonna be the fresher team, but you might, huh?
You're gonna be out of sync. Like you're not gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
And so, Miami, and if you really look at it, Miami been stealing a lot of game ones on the road this playoffs. Every series they won game one.
Owen has said that early. He got Miami winning game one. He said Miami winning game one. He got Denver winning game two. He got Denver winning game three. He got
right now.
He got Miami winning game five.
No, he said Miami game one, game two Denver, game three Denver, game four Denver, game five Miami, game six Denver.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's possible. We said 6. Miami has been the only team that won every game on the road, every game won on the road this postseason. So why stop now?
Yeah, most definitely. But hopefully, it's an entertaining, series, man. Hope it's a lot of close games. Like close games, equal viewership. So hopefully, it's a lot.
I have to agree with homie. This your cousin. This is gonna be a boring ass finals.
I don't think so, man. Like as long as both teams play up to the expectations of how they can play. I think
now what I'm saying for boring is because you know what you're getting from Denver, and then the dog you have in Jimmy Butler. So now is this really up to all the role players? Because I'm not gonna lie, like the role players is gonna play a major part for Miami in this series. A major part. Them role players is doing what they did last night and in the first 3 games versus Boston. And this finals versus Denver is going to be a long series for Denver. Because if you have Caleb Martin and them balling out the way they balled out, it's going to be long.
Well, either way, man. KI said Lakers in 7. Hold on.
Stop the cap.
Gotta stop the cap, my G. Gotta stop the cap. KI said this finals is about to be a snooze fest. Most definitely, man. Most definitely. It ain't gonna be, I don't think it's gonna be a snooze fest, but I think it's gonna be more exciting than what we think it's gonna be.
I hope so. I ain't gonna hold you. I hope so, because
hopefully we see a lot of scuffles and all that. Hopefully they get some of that old school NBA feel to this finals, and then
only way this would have been better if the Morris dude was on Miami still.
Oh yeah, he ain't there no more. So
if the Morris dude was on Miami still, then it'll be more entertaining. Cause then he could get in. He could go sucker Jokic back.
Yeah, back, knock him out the game shot. But we don't want that though.
I feel if as long as Bam Adebayo could stay out of foul trouble versus Jokic, it's gonna be a good series. Because if he get in foul trouble, you're gonna bring in Cody Zeller and Kevin Love, and that's just gonna Joker just gonna have his fun.
Now you gotta throw your bodies at Joker. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but you gotta throw them bodies, but you can't get in foul trouble neither. Bam is huh?
Nah, I said pause for me. Pause.
Yeah, Bam is a key offensive player too for them. So you can't, you know what I mean? Like I feel like the first 2 games is gonna be fill out game for both teams.
KI said it's the equivalent of a Mayweather fight. Hold on, KI. Hold on.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap, man. If you love boxing, man, Mayweather fights is not boring.
Nah, some of them was.
Nah, man, y'all don't know what y'all watching.
Some of them was because you knew he was going to win the fight.
No, y'all think boxing is Rakasaki. That's not what boxing is.
No, we not. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, I agree with KI with that point because first off, you knew Mayweather was playing with some of these opponents.
I ain't never seen a boring Mayweather fight.
I have.
I ain't seen a boring Mayweather.
You knew he was just in the ring. It was like Mayweather was just toying with the dude. So at this point, it's like, bro, can you just knock the dude out? Like, we know you one of the best boxers ever. Can you give us a knockout? Like, we don't want to.
I want to knock out.
Mayweather. Yeah, we like sometimes you want to knock out when it comes to Mayweather fights. And he wasn't doing that. He will show you why he's one of the greatest of all time. Like, bro, we know you one of the greatest of all time. But can you knock a dude out?
The reason why the knockouts wasn't coming towards the money Mayweather era is because his hands is brittle. So his hands are breaking fights and stuff like that. So he can't get the opportunity to really.
I got you on that, but we knew what you was getting with Mayweather fights.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Let me finish my point, bro. If you watch the first half of Mayweather's career, before the retirement after the De La Hoya fight, it was Pretty Boy Floyd. Now, if you go watch that Floyd Mayweather, those is where you see the knockouts at. Before his hands was messed up and all that, those is where you see the knockouts at. But a lot of y'all don't know nothing about no boxing. Y'all casuals. Y'all don't know. So y'all make your opinions off things y'all don't know nothing about. I gotta go do your research.
I'm not talking about the Pretty Boy Floyd.
His hands is messed up. What do you want him to do? You ever see somebody knock somebody out with a broken hand? No, exactly. Like, no. You can't knock nobody out with a broken hand, bro. So if he break his hand, that's that. He needs his hands to be able to, keep boxes off him. So he started fighting a different way. But if you go watch the beginning half of his career, before the De La Hoya fight, go watch those fights. Go watch Mayweather versus Diego Corrales. Go watch Mayweather versus Shane Mosley. Go watch Mayweather versus a bunch of people he beat up and knocking dudes out. He was knocking everybody out, bro, for a minute. His hands started getting messed up. He couldn't attack. That's why he started doing the one punch at a time situation. Chaos said boxing is technical, not just knockouts. I get it, but it wasn't entertaining. That's what keeps asses in the seats. I mean, somebody that made more money in boxing than Mayweather? Because he always keep people in the seats. Mayweather always make the bag. Like, ain't nobody making as much money as Mayweather. So, you know what I'm saying? It be like that, though, man. It is what it is, man. But we ain't talking about boxing tonight, man. We talking about the NBA right now, man. We talking about who we think gonna win this NBA finals, what it's gonna look like. Big Mike says Laker fans are salty. I mean, they should be. They really should be, man. Laker fans. They had an opportunity, man. I just didn't, man, like I mentioned before, man. Them getting swept in is a bad look.
When they have an opportunity,
huh?
When they had an opportunity.
I mean, if they would have won what was
game 2?
They would have won game 2. They almost won game 3, and they almost won game 4. So if they win game 2, you know what I'm saying? The longer the series goes.
How that old saying go? If was the 5th.
Hold on. I'm gonna just hit myself with it.
Not the cap.
How the old head say it? If was the 5th, yeah, it ain't happened, Captain. I don't give a damn what they was trying to do. They didn't do it. That's all that matters. They had opportunities too, and they didn't come through. You had LeBron missing for games 1, 2, 3. You had AD missing games 3 through 4.
No. He played game 2. He was doing this thing in game 2. LeBron. He was doing this thing in game 2.
In what half? The first half?
Yeah, the first 3 quarters.
The first 3 quarters? All right.
Yeah, then the 4th quarter, that's when Denver came out and started.
Game 4, he was good the first 2 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Then he disappeared in the last 2 quarters. He scored 10 points.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it be like that, man. You know how it is, man. He 38, bro.
Yeah, I give him a pass, but don't talk that GOAT shit if you can't. You ain't good up to it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Lakers fans never thought he's still more relevant than your favorite team, Big Mike 6'7". Big Mike. No, I'm not calling that Mike. What's your Mike? What's your team, Mike? Mike, what's your team? Laker fans, they might not be saucy, but they definitely got egg on their face because they didn't expect, like the world didn't expect.
Nah,
And
I
like you
didn't
said,
expect sweet. I
nobody
didn't
expected them to get swept.
expect
So I'm
sweet,
not
man.
even going to try to sit there and cap like I expected them to get swept. That was a shocker. That was a bad look. So that was crazy on in its own.
Yeah, man. I did
I'm
not
not going to sit here and make it seem like
me and Chris spoke about this numerous times, but I did not expect the sweep, man. If you are in the building, please hit that like button, my people. Please hit
I
the
got
like.
one question. Last time I was here, by the way, I was dealing with cancer and enjoying your content. Last time I was here, your boy stated Nuggets. Who stated Nuggets?
Mike,
Sorry to hear about your cancer.
yeah,
Hope
sorry,
everything's going well.
about that. Hopefully everything is better for you, man. And we glad you appreciate the content, man. Word.
Thanks. He said, man, probably a Pelican fan, laugh out loud. Nuggets for sure. He's banking on Zion. Laugh out. Nobody's a Nuggets fan. Stop the cap. Nah, I wasn't a Nuggets fan. I was a Carmelo Anthony fan. So when he was on the Nuggets, I was watching their games when they was on TV because I like Carmelo Anthony. I'm not a Denver Nuggets fan. You know how you always have players on teams you like. So when they playing on TV, you watch the games. I'm definitely a Carmelo Anthony fan. As far as Denver Nuggets, nah, I can't do it to myself.
My man JB in the building, he said, damn, I'm late, but I'm here. P4YT back with another live. Y'all already know what it is. We back, man. We back like we never left.
But Denver always has some. Denver
has some good teams on the low.
On the low, yeah, they always have some solid teams on the low.
They had some solid teams on the low. Like real talk. They always like.
I remember my man, they came in Mutombo.
Remember they had Robert Pack. They had
my man Robert. I say Robert early. What's his name?
I seen the documentary with him on Showtime. They got a documentary with him.
They had my man Sharif. I about to say Sharif Rahim. The Muslim dude. I keep on forgetting his name. Damn.
Oh, Chris, he talking to you, Chris. He said you said the Nuggets never did anything in the playoffs. How do you feel now?
Yo, this is your first year in the finals in your history of the Nuggets. Hit him with the button, please.
Stop the cap.
We're not gonna do this. In the history of the Nuggets, think about what we're talking about here. The history of the Nuggets.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, they here now, man.
They here now. Yeah, Chaos said Mutombo ain't coming to save y'all, and neither is Kenyon Martin.
Yeah, but keep it real though, they got a nice nucleus.
No, they do. This is their. Yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Good for a long time, Chris.
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Listen, please hit the like button. Yeah, I ain't here. Please hit the like button.
If Denver doesn't win this championship this year, right? It's slow from them after this. It's slow.
I don't see nobody beating them in the West. I'm lying.
Slow.
I could see Phoenix beating them if Phoenix can't even get a head coach right now. Chris, you available?
Yeah, I'm available.
I'm gonna let them know, man. They might try to come. They need to try to go. I'm gonna keep it real.
Birdman ain't coming to save them neither.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it real.
J.R. Smith ain't coming to save them neither.
I'm gonna keep it all the way real, man. If I'm the Phoenix Suns, I'm gonna go try to go get Tyronn Lue. I'm gonna try to go get Tyronn Lue. Bring him to Phoenix, man.
Yeah.
You want to get out? You want to leave the Clippers, man? It ain't happening.
Big Mike. Yeah, I've been in the Western Conference Finals one time. That bubble Western Conference Final, I'm not counting that.
Yeah,
I'm not counting that. Niggas ain't even travel. Y'all didn't even get to play in that mile high air, as y'all call it. Like, we're not doing that. That bubble chip is an asterisk on every team that was in it.
He said, you stop capping. So, hey, Chris, I gotta hit you with the button. He said, you gotta stop capping.
Matter of fact, damn, I forgot who podcast it was on. They asked a player that was in the bubble about the bubble, right? About people wanted to play or not. This is when the Milwaukee Bucks didn't play that game because the dude that got killed in Milwaukee. They said,
remember that?
Everybody looked at LeBron James and they was like, Udonis Haslam was the one of the. He stood up and said, "Big bro, what you doing? Cause if you playing, we playing. If you not, then we out of here." This is what they was talking about with LeBron James. So if LeBron James would have said, "We're not playing in this bubble," there would be no championship for the Western Conference Championship for Denver to claim. There would be no Lakers championship in no bubble. Like, thank LeBron James for that whole bubble series, because the rest of the players was just following his lead.
I mean, at the end of the day, no. At the end of the day,
nobody cares about that bubble.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna be all the way honest, man. I thought Denver would lose to either Phoenix, and I thought Denver would lose to. What had them losing to Chris? It was Phoenix and somebody else.
Phoenix and well, it was Phoenix, and it was going to be who did they play in? We thought they could have lost to LA. Because LA was
LA was cooking. LA was cooking. I had them. I wanted LA to win, but I knew Denver. I knew Denver was gonna beat them. Like once after game one, I knew it was gonna be slow bucks.
He said, "Go resurrect Alex English." He said, "Nick Van Exel." I'm crying.
Big Mike said, "So you haven't learned anything?" And laugh out loud. Big Mike also said, "Listen, I'm hoping for a good series. Everyone else commenting, where's your squad? Listen, man, my squad is out. I ain't got a squad, but I picked Phoenix.
My squad's out. Listen, Mike. Listen, Mike.
Listen, I'm right. Listen,
Mike. Listen.
I'm gonna win the chip. So like,
listen, Mike. Ain't nobody in here capping. Nobody in here thought Denver was gonna make it to the NBA Finals because y'all track record. We're not gonna sit here and cap like y'all have the best track record in the world of going this far. Yes, y'all went to the bubble Western Conference Final and lost. Everybody thought y'all was gonna lose again this year? Yes, we did.
Hold on, Chris. Not to cut you off, but nobody had them even going to the Western Conference Finals in that bubble. It supposed to have been everybody and their mother thought it was going to be the Lakers and the Clippers battling to go to the finals.
The championship. Yeah, like we're not going to sit here and make it seem like this is just something we just thought out of the blue. This has been Denver's track record for a long time. Making it 2 years out of 4, yes, that's a good thing for your team. But let's be real. 2 years out of the last 4 years. Now think about your overall history as a franchise. Stop it. Like that's what you need to hit to stop the cap for.
I mean,
because yes, y'all a relevant team now, but Denver's been in the league for a long time.
Y'all both making excellent points, right? Yeah.
And never been to the Western Conference Final until that bubble year. And even then, nobody thought y'all was going to win the chip, and y'all didn't. This year, y'all made it to the Western Conference Finals. Now y'all made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. A lot of people still didn't have y'all winning the chip this year because if you want to get technical, you can go back to a lot of sports shows. You can see that a lot of people had Boston and Milwaukee as the two favorites. Really, Milwaukee as the favorite to win the chip again.
They lost in the first round.
But I'm just going based upon what a lot of sports analysts was thinking and saying. So we giving our opinions based upon what we've been watching and the track records of some of these teams. Yes, did Miami upset Milwaukee? Yes, but we can't act like not having Giannis didn't play a part in a couple of those games.
Did we expect the game?
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm giving them respect, but we can't front like we just said earlier with Tatum. Him hurting his ankle on the first play of the game really limited him to the rest of the game. We're not saying Miami wasn't going to win, but you can't act like that didn't play a part in how Jason Tatum was going to show up or not in the game too. You get what I mean? Yes, injury's part of the game, so you got to take it for what it is. No problem. Miami did what they're supposed to do. They went at Tatum. They out hustled. They outshot Boston. They deserve to win that game. But we can't sit here and make it seem like everybody outside of Denver thought Denver was going to go to the championship.
I mean, a lot of people thought they were gonna make a deep playoff run.
Yes, a deep playoff run, but not to the championship. We could sit here. We could all agree that we thought Denver was going to at least go to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But I mean, it is what it is, man.
All right, now if Mike, if you've been listening since we got on.
This
Hold on.
This is my issue. This is my issue with the whole track record. Like we can't go on what they thought. Like we can't go on what they did 10 years ago. Like we can't go on what they did 6 years ago. Like if we want to be technical, they have been a playoff team the last 4 seasons. They've been a playoff team. Last year they didn't do much because Murray was out. The year before that, they lost with Murray. So it's like you know what I'm saying? Like you can't really like count them.
That's what I said. But that's why I said, like, for me, if I'm going based upon Denver's track record, that's why I said it's hard. It was always hard to see Denver going past the Western Conference Finals because it's some way like how you always coming at me for the Yankees. Like, yeah, you have a regular season, but when y'all face the Astros, y'all can't do nothing. So our track record show we could beat up on every team, but we can't beat up on the Astros. You get what I mean? So until we could change that narrative, I gotta go based upon our track record. And I will always say, like, yeah, the Astros got our number. So for me, with Denver, this is your first time in the finals. So hopefully y'all can change the narrative with Denver. You get what I mean? But like if you listen to what me and Chuck when I joined the podcast, I said I don't care for Denver, but I don't see Miami beating Denver neither. I'm giving y'all the opportunity. I'm saying y'all should win this chip.
JB said the disrespect Denver has gotten is truly troublesome. I mean, it's crazy, man. Like I just don't like this. Is my thing on it, right? They clearly have been the best team in the NBA all year. They've been Milwaukee. Like, they've been in first place in the West since Christmas. Some wild shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you know, like if they win this, they completed the task. They did it. They won the championship. The Denver Nuggets are NBA champions if they win this series. So like they got to get some. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the track record. Like when it comes down to like certain things, like, I don't really want to go with the track record because from year to year, teams change. You know, so like
yeah, but see, that's been the thing though.
They didn't have a bench like they have now.
Huh?
They didn't have a bench like they have now.
No, but that's what I'm about to say. But for the main part, Denver's core team, just like Milwaukee, just like Golden State, has been together. They only added like 3 or 4 pieces this year.
To the bench, though.
To the bench, right. To the bench.
Yeah.
But the pieces they gave up wasn't even pieces that was really making a difference on their team anyway. You get what I mean? Like those wasn't players that they was playing in key roles anyway. So now they added those versatile players. You get what I mean? Like the Bruce Browns, the KCPs. Those people are playing a major dividend in the change in Denver's culture. That's what I'm saying. Like they moved, their GM did smart moves during the trade deadline and during the offseason by bringing in key people that's going to help this team continue to grow.
Right.
Nobody's taking a shot at them. But it was for me, like I said, it was just that track record. You can't overlook it neither. Like I get what you're saying, and I agree with you 100%. You can't go based upon their track record, but that's still at the back of your mind. You still got to look at their track record in some degree and be like, all right, well, y'all always go this far. Let's see if y'all could get past this curve. You get what I mean?
Right. Benjamin Foe said they ain't getting disrespected compared to the 04 Pistons when we played the Lakers. Chaos said, let's be honest, even if Denver wins, nobody will care. I kind of disagree there. They'd be heavy. They'd be heavyweights in the West if they win this championship.
If they win the championship,
they in the building. Gabe, what's up?
I was about to say that. Gabe, you been MIA, brother.
Gabe said the Heat in 6.
We'll see.
He was running with Denver though for a while. I remember he was running with Denver.
He said Joker. He was a Joker. He's a Joker fan.
KI said they the new Spurs, not marketable or exciting. I appreciate the San Antonio Spurs.
I agree. I about to say I appreciate San Antonio. That was that fundamental basketball. That was real basketball.
I can't see.
The Spurs would have never shot 40-something threes.
Right. Sure wouldn't have.
The NBA is a business first, and kids ain't about to be at the court screaming Joker. Joker when they shoot the J.
He would have said everyone thought Phoenix or the Sacramento. My bad.
I didn't think Sacramento. I thought Phoenix.
Deep into the playoffs. I agree there. A lot of people thought definitely Phoenix. I didn't really hear too much about Sacramento, but I do think Sacramento definitely should have beat Golden State.
Yeah, that Sacramento was not. I overlooked Sacramento. I didn't think they was going to go crazy like they did. Phoenix was the only team that I really said was coming out the West. I didn't care for another team. I said Phoenix prior to Chris Paul injury and Ayton showing us he's really not that $100 million man. It was like Phoenix was come on, because once Phoenix got KD, let's be real, everybody thought it was over for the West.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact, man.
Everybody thought that. If anybody sit here and say they didn't think that, they capping.
Denver definitely. Chaos said the NBA. Well, Gabe said the Heat culture is real. Chaos said the NBA is business first. The kids ain't about to be at the court screaming Joker.
Yeah, I said that. Nah, Mike, I feel you. It should be Nuggets' turn because every other team in Denver has won a chip.
Gabe said he was on vacation. He back. Chaos said the Miami Heat is Gabe's fourth team.
Yo, everybody know Gabe got like 8 teams. Denver's the same team at that Dallas team that beat Miami. Do the research, huh?
Denver's the same team in that Dallas team that beat Miami. Do the research. Kind of like the same team. He's trying to say that the Denver team that beat Miami is kind of like the same team that Dallas had. And they kind of set. They kind of like structured the same.
Not really, because this Denver Nuggets team has a point guard. That Dallas team had, I love him to death, but that was not a prime Jason Kidd. This is a prime Jamal Murray. And Jamal Murray is a scorer. Jason Kidd is a facilitator. He's a passer.
Benjamin Foe said Victor's gonna shoot 43s for the Spurs. He's talking about the French kid.
No, he's not. Popovich will have his ass back in France before he knows it, before he shoots 43s in San Antonio.
Chaos said, I knew the Suns wasn't going all the way.
Please hit KI with that button, because he's capping.
Not the cap.
You capping, because ain't nobody in the world didn't see Phoenix Suns going to at least the Western Conference Finals.
Chaos said Victor, whatever his last name is gonna be a bust. You see?
We gotta see. We gotta see if he's gonna be a bust.
Kid Sean said they ain't have no depth.
That's a fact. They didn't have a depth.
That was the knock on them from the beginning.
But at the end of the day, you still got to make that trade. That's Kevin Durant. You have to make that trade. I don't care what anybody said. We argue this all the time. To get a generational talent like Kevin Durant, you got to make a trade like that.
Hit the like button, my people. If you're in the building, man, please hit that like button. Appreciate it.
Said that bust. KI don't watch basketball. KI, I watch it. That 120-pound hoof foot ostrich. He called him a hoof foot. That's crazy. He are no joke. Neither is Denver. 8-0 at home. These playoffs, somebody is in trouble. This is going, like Chuck said, this is going to be a good series because both teams are capable of winning on the road.
That's a fact.
So
that's a fact.
This is going to be a good series. It ain't going to be the series that most people wanted, but it's going to be a key series. Because I ain't going to lie, like I told Chuck this other day, I would rather have seen Boston versus Denver because of the wing matchup between Tatum and Brown versus Denver's wings. Joker's going to eat regardless, but what's his name? Williams. He's more athletic and versatile than
Chaos said I know
Trying to
King
joke the plate.
youth. Kia
Yeah.
Sean, you gotta have a minimum of 8 to win the chip. They stopped at 4, no cap. I mean, yeah, man, you gotta be a cake. Kia
What you
Sean
mean gotta have an 8 to win a chip?
gotta have 8, like a 8 deep bench.
Oh,
Chip.
but see, that's the thing. That's why I say you can't really. I don't see it going. Somebody in here said Denver in 5. Miami has a deep bench.
Huh?
Somebody said Miami, Denver in 5 earlier.
Oh, that was damn, who said that?
But Miami has a deep bench, and I ain't gonna lie, if Miami role players step up, it's gonna be an interesting series.
My man Benjamin Ford got a great question, man. He said trade Jaylen Brown or keep him? I say keep.
Me and Chuck had this conversation earlier.
You sure
said,
did.
You it's hard for me not to say keep him because I just feel him and Jason Tatum on the same kind of players, but you're not going to get another player like Jaylen Brown in no trade.
Yeah.
You're going to get draft picks and you're going to get expiring contracts. And at that point, you're going in the rebuild mode at that point. And they better off keeping him, from my opinion.
Even though I was watching the game last night, asking myself this.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Couldn't find Jaylen Brown out there last night. I don't know who that was. That was Jalen Green. Jalen Green was out there playing yesterday.
You had me down. Because you know what I was going to say? I said, they didn't show up like Kid and Play and house party in a dance battle. They ain't show up like them. They supposed to show up like them dudes. Because it has nothing to do with having a point guard. The parallel is perfect. Is the fact that they slowly got further and further years after years to get to the finals, mostly losing to eventual champions.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what.
It's a gradual. TV said it's a gradual process. Yeah, it is, man. And they got the right nucleus. They got the right everything right there. Let's see what happens. Kia Sean said, "Gotta keep smart."
You gotta keep smart.
No.
Gotta keep smart. Gotta dip.
Smart. That's basically.
No, you keep smart, but you gotta get an actual point guard. And what me and Chuck talked about earlier, there's no real natural point guards in the league like that no more. Everybody's a scoring guard. You have to really do your research and find you a real point guard like who were we talking about earlier, Chuck? Like Chris Paul and them, like.
Yeah, but we never even got an opportunity to figure out what point guard.
But you got to get like a real point guard because these dudes is all scoring guards. Like it's gonna be hard to find a point guard out here. Like I don't know.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be like it's hard. It's hard to figure out, man, because like
he said,
like if you're gonna keep Brown, you got to get a point guard that's gonna be able to distribute. You got to get a point guard that's gonna be able to put both of them in the right spots to be able to do what they do and not be bickering over the ball. So like if you add a point guard like Dame Lillard, it's not gonna work. You added another person that needs the ball. You gotta find like a real point guard. And I don't think I mean, Portland would make that trade.
If Portland made that trade for Jaylen Brown, Boston's going to have to give up a lot more than Jaylen Brown. That's what y'all fail to realize, too. Because then Portland's going to want the Arsenal. Not a crazy Arsenal because his contract is crazy, but Portland's going to want a couple of players and maybe even a couple of draft picks for Dame. It's just not going to be no Jaylen Brown for Dame, especially if Jaylen Brown doesn't agree to sign that contract extension or sign and trade. Like,
I mean, I would definitely sign the contract.
I would keep. Ricky Rubio was all right, but Ricky Rubio
he be all right. He may be bridge the gap between them.
Yeah, until they found another younger point guard.
Point guard Chaos said Mookie Blaylock to Boston. Yo.
Chaos
Yo, Chaos out of pocket, man, tonight. Kia Sean said Portland can get all the picks they want. They're gonna be late picks anyway. Good point. Boston is
but then it depends on the picks you're giving them because some of them picks is picks from other teams too. You get what I mean? So you giving them picks that you might have.
Like they probably won't include those picks. They probably give them the
But
like
that's the picks that.
actual
But let's
Boston.
be real. That'd be the picks that Boston would have to give to get Dame because you're not going to take Boston's own picks. You're going to take the picks that Boston got from other teams like the Nets and them when they did all them dumbass trades that give you the Jason Tatums and them. You get what I mean? Like them give you them high.
I'm gonna keep it real.
20 picks and lower.
I'm gonna keep it all the way real, Chris. If it's me, I'm looking for a point guard to come bridge those two young brothers together.
That's what I'm saying. I agree.
Those two young brothers together, they always gonna make a deep playoff run. At some point, they gonna break through.
Right.
In the finals last year, they went to the West. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, Game 7. They were a game away from being back in the finals, back-to-back years. You got to keep them together. You can't break them up. I know the media is saying that Jaylen Brown don't want to be there, this, that, and the third, but we ain't never heard him say that.
Mike said
the media always trying to break up two players, man. Let them play together, man.
Mike said, honestly, if it came down to Celtics and Nuggets, Denver would have 1 in 5. Rookie coach versus experienced coach, no contest. I can't say that because even though you're a rookie coach, that team still has been together for a long time. So, yes, he will need to make adjustments, but the players that sometimes too will have to make their own adjustments.
Hit the light button, y'all. If y'all coming in the building,
the players will have to make their own adjustments, minus the coach. So I'm not saying Denver wouldn't have won, but I don't think it's just based upon the coaching experience either. Because let's keep it real, Spoelstra is the best coach in the NBA, and some way somehow Boston still was able to win 3 straight games. So
Keyshawn brought up an excellent point guard that I think could fit in the mix, but he has to stay healthy. What about Mike Conley? That's what Keyshawn said.
I like Mike Conley, but he don't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy though.
He can't stay healthy. JB said the game isn't played for pure point guards. What team runs a system that requires a pure point guard? Right. All guards today must be able to shoot. But that's what we said earlier. We said there's no pure point guards in the league. We said everybody's a scoring guard. That's what we said earlier. We said they have to find a pure point guard. You can find pure point guard.
They need a pure point guard to bridge the gap.
You just need when we say a pure point guard, we're not talking about a point guard that's not going to get his points. But we're talking about a point guard that's going to facilitate and get them in the right spots. This is why it worked so good in Phoenix with Chris Paul, because he was able to put Booker and all of them in their right spots, and when he needed to be a scorer, he got a chance to be a scorer.
Mm-hmm. Right. Gabe says true. You have to consider coaching. He'd have a better coach that may help them. That may help put them over the top. And I mean, it may, but Spoelstra, I don't care how great of a coach of mine you are. If you ain't got the hall. If you ain't got the players that make it happen, it ain't going down, Captain. It ain't going down.
Coaching matters, but at the same time, you have to have the right personnel to execute. Because the coaches ain't on the floor. You got to go out there and execute them plays.
Big Mike said yes, but I saw the lack of adjustments. Yes, Spoelstra definitely is. Then he also said, "Hey, I'm sure D'Lo's available."
Nah, he's not. He's a scoring guard. He's not. He don't need to be on Boston.
The Lakers go to D'Lo.
I told y'all this. I told you and Brian this. D'Lo's out of there.
Called it. Definitely
I told that he's out of there. If Austin Reeves was available, they could take Austin Reeves. They said the Lakers is going to match any offer that he gets. You heard?
Say it again. I'm sorry. My fault. I was talking to you.
They said the Lakers are going to match any offer that Austin Reeves get.
Yeah. We spoke about that on the last year. They're going to match. They ain't trying to let Austin Reeves go.
They not, but they're going to need another. They're going to have to make some drastic changes in LA.
Gabe, I didn't say anything about coaching, bro. I didn't say anything about coaching. I said something about coaching, Chris?
No, we basically said that. You said coach. You did say something about coaching, but we basically said coaching matters, but not you still gotta have the right personnel to execute.
Right personnel, yeah. You gotta have the right personnel at the end of the day. If that's the case, man, are we forgetting that Greg Popovich is still coaching?
Kyrie's still going to LA, yeah, but he wants. I'm gonna keep it real. If Kyrie goes to the LA, he's not getting that bag because Dallas has been going around saying that Dallas said they're not doing a sign and trade for Kyrie. They're going to try to re-sign him, but they're not going to facilitate a sign and trade for him to go to LA and get the big bag. They said they're not doing that. So
Kyrie, right? Kyrie he gonna say all the right things, right? He gonna get to LA, and then he gonna be like,
Got him.
he gonna say some crazy. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna say some crazy.
Right? Yo, where Kyrie at? Kyrie on in Slauson. What you doing in Slauson? Meditating. Meditating. He went by Nipsey's mural and meditated. Like,
you know what I'm saying, bro? You feel me? Big Mike said they better pay that man. They better pay what's his name? Muchimaro. Yeah, they better pay him too. Yeah, they better pay him too. Cause I like he gave them off the bench.
No, Vanderbilt was a disappointment. He was supposed to have been that defensive stopper. What happened with that other dude that they got too from Minnesota? Was it Minnesota?
You talking about
yeah, Minnesota. The dude that used to date Laura Pippen.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I forgot his name. I know you're talking about.
They didn't even use him in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean he don't deserve to get no burn. He was a bum anyway. I don't even know how he like he was like he I don't even want to talk about him, man. Like he wasn't gonna be able to give them nothing. He wasn't gonna be able to give them more than what Austin Reeves was giving them. He wasn't gonna be able to give them more than what D'Lo was giving him. He wasn't gonna be like he played those positions. He played either the shooting guard or small forward. So like
he said hoochie hoochie.
JP said, ask yourself this: why is there a lack of pure point guards? Hold on, it went away. Somebody another comment. Why is there a lack of pure point guards? Pure point guards are the same as running backs in the NFL, not needed.
Not the cap.
Like, bro, you bugging, bro. You're bugging, bro. Yeah. Teams in the, hold on, Chris. There's certain teams in the NBA that do need pure point guards. There's certain teams in the NBA that do need pure point guards. Boston Celtics is one of them. They need somebody to bridge the gap between Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, so that way they can be able to gel. I don't understand. Like I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, what are you saying? Like, I understand that the game now is not a pure point guard driven league, but pure point guards are always going to be needed in the NBA at some point, whether they coming off the bench or whether they start and they gel into superstars. It's going to be needed at some point.
He said fullbacks may be running, but running backs are most definitely needed. Shit, I think fullbacks are also just as slept on position. It is.
I don't know what JB is talking about, man. On that
he said Mo Bamba was hurt, so I give him a pass.
Mo Bamba was hurt.
Vanderbilt got to work on his offense. Yeah, Vanderbilt to worry about returning clothes to boutiques that he wore the night before. So his priorities ain't straight.
He's one of those. He was like, yo, let me get that in the extra large. My bad. Let me get that in the small.
Right.
He played. Let me get that in the small. Then the next morning he was like,
got him.
He said Tristan Kardashian. Thompson. Yeah. He put him in a impact 4. He put an impact 4 points.
I didn't even know he was.
That was LeBron's fault. LeBron needs to stop bringing these old ass players that he used to play with to his teams and let them just sit back and watch the game like the rest of us, because there was no reason for him to even have the Lakers sign Tristan Thompson.
No reason at all. So my thing need a big man. You got the White Howard.
Overseas.
Yeah,
you got Carmelo Anthony before he retired, just chilling. You was better off going to get one of them, but at least they're going to give you more than 4 points.
crazy, man. Vanderbilt only making $2 million. That ain't ish in LA. Let him return that.
If he's making, I don't know his contract. If he's making $2 million, that means he's making about $1 and change after taxes.
Probably like 1.2, man. Taxes in LA is retarded.
Taxes in LA, then he got to hit his lawyers with his agents and them with their little fee. Yeah, he need to go work. He need to go to South Beach.
Yeah, man, he got to figure that out.
No state tax. He shot AD don't rock with Dwight.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah, that's when they won their chip.
AD don't rock with injuries. I mean, my bad. I'm sorry. Plain clothes Davis.
Street clothes. Oh man, street clothes, aka wheelchair. He said, look, I got a headache. Bring the wheelchair out. I got a migraine. I need a wheelchair.
Yeah.
That man make me sick, yo.
Yeah.
Nigga got that. They said he was feeling lightheaded. So you need a wheelchair? You can't use assistance to walk back to the locker room?
So you say, all right, so JB said, get what's needed, what's winning is my point. You agree with my point that the game is different today. Point guards need to be able to score / shoot. I mean, most point guards can score / shoot, but they get other people involved.
I'm not understanding that because Chris Paul.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on. What's the point guard for the Miami Heat? What's his name? Chris? Vincent. Right? What he do? He get his team involved.
Kyle Lowry.
He can shoot. He can shoot the jump shot. Kyle Lowry can shoot the jump shot here and there and can score. Chris Paul. Aren't they considered pure point guards? Just saying.
Fred VanVleet.
Good point, man. Good point. I mean, there's a couple other people out there.
Luka,
I wouldn't say.
No, but I'm saying Luka sets up his teammates for great opportunities. Do they connect? No.
We talking about point guard. We talking about pure point guard.
Pure point guard. All right, you want to go pure point guard. All
right. Big Mike said, get ready to see the Nuggets contending for the next few years. Been building this team for the last 8 years. No shortcuts. They really have. If you are in the building, man, please hit that like button. It's gladly appreciated.
Listen, Mike. That's a super fact. They have been constructing this team for the last 8 years, but now this is where it gets tricky, right? When teams win a championship, right, and everybody starts feeling like I was the key contributor to this and this and this. Now you got to start paying out the bag. You know what I mean? You're already paying Joker. You're already paying Jamal Murray. So now Michael Porter, I think this is his 3rd or 4th year. He's going to want an extension.
I think he got a little. I think we gave him a little bag, like.
All right, so you gave him a bag. You got Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown signed like a 2-year deal. I don't know if he can opt out or not. He's going to eventually want a bigger bag if he's a big contributor to y'all winning your chip. You got them dudes on your bench. A lot of them is a little older in age, so I don't know how much you're going to really want to keep, like the KCPs, the Jeff Greens, and those players on your team. You get what I mean? So you're going to eventually start making some little tweaks here and there, but if it continues, if y'all make the right moves and it continues to have you as contenders, more power to y'all.
My man Benjamin Foles, he want me to look up Jalen Scarfinino. He want me to look him up. He said I like his game. I'm gonna check him out and see what he got going on. Kia Sean says mostly everybody's locked up on Denver.
I gotta look because I don't know.
I think a lot of them they've been locking a lot of them up over the last couple of years. They're on the Atlanta Braves type situation. If you watch baseball, the Atlanta Braves been kind of doing the same thing, locking up a lot of their young talent. So that way, they ain't really gotta pay.
If they did that, then that was smart.
Kia Sean said the core is locked up to 2025. I don't know what happened to Wi-Fi Chris. Now I know what happened to Wi-Fi Chris. He back, y'all.
No, that was yesterday. The call locked up until 2025. Think about it, the way the years is going past. 2025 is right around the corner.
That's 2023 right now. Big Mike says MPJ, Murray, Gordon, I believe is locked up for the next 2 or 3 seasons.
All right, yeah, that's.
I mean, they like I said, I mentioned that earlier. I said they gonna be contending for a little while, man.
That's a fact. They're gonna be in the. They should. We're gonna put it like this. They should be in the playoffs for the next few years. At least the next 4 to 5 years, they should be in the playoffs, barring any injuries. I always gotta say that because I hate you say that and some injury happens. Barring any injuries, they should be in the playoffs and making deep runs in the playoffs for the next 3 years. Four max. I say 4 max. Unless they start, it's not my dial-up. I'm at my job. Wi-Fi working in here.
Hit that like button, my people. Hit that like button. Support the channel by hitting that like button, please. Yeah, man. For the most part, man. There's another topic I wanted to bring up real quick. We're about to get off, but this is the last topic.
I'm gonna bring up the topic of the hater, Scottie Pippen.
Chill. I already spoke about that already. I already just on the channel. If y'all want to know how I felt about what Scottie Pippen said, it's on the channel. Check it out. It's a nice little vlog I put together. Check it out, please. How do y'all feel about this move right here, man? Bob Myers stepped down after Warriors president.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, man. After 4 NBA titles, he said it's just time, man. How do y'all feel about that?
That's not why he's stepping down.
And why do you guys think? I mean, where do you think Golden State is gonna go?
That's not why he's stepping down. They didn't want to pay that man.
Oh, they didn't want to give him the bag.
They didn't want to pay that man.
They didn't want to give him the bag. Chaos said Scotty was right, man. Check out my live, please. Check out my video I did, please. It's on the channel.
Was right. That's hilarious.
Channel. Check it out. It's a dope vlog. You know what I'm saying? Check it out.
Gabe said Scotty is not a hater. He's upset.
He is upset. He's upset.
He threw a tantrum.
I told that man in the live. I said, yo, you gotta call him, bro. You gotta call Mike, bro. All this you doing, bro. You gotta call that man.
Man, just go take Michael Jordan's son and whoop his ass for dating your wife. That's all you gotta do. That's why you upset.
I don't know nothing about that. Man. Like I don't even know why he would even be mad at that. Let's keep it true. Why would he be mad about that?
Niggas always mad at the next person. Be mad at the wife.
That's a fact.
Can't be mad at the next man. Be mad at the woman.
What that man for?
Nah, I think, but they were talking about it earlier. Bob Myers he wanted an extension with them, but they wasn't trying to give it to him.
JB said all dynasties come to an end. It's time to move on.
But you can't. Yes, he played a big part in putting that dynasty together, but the dynasty's still there.
It's the Rock.
The team is still there. You still got Clay. You still got Curry signed up. The only person that's not under contract or doesn't have an extension right now is Draymond Green.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Rock in the building.
What are you talking about?
You said dynasty, Rockefeller.
Oh,
that went over your head, Chris. My bad.
Yeah, I was reading this comment. You seen them dropping the black, white up tempos, troops.
I'm about to pull those up in a minute. Kia Sean said, I think he's stepping down because he don't want to make them tough decisions.
Nah, I ain't that reason to let people go. They didn't want to give him an extension. That's what they've been saying. But the only decision he got to make is whether to give Draymond Green an extension or not.
Is it about the money? Chris?
I feel it's about the money.
Is it about the money, man? Because if it's about
11th season, he had more losses than wins. There's a certain respect that gets overlooked when it's time to quit. Tom Brady should have learned. After 11 seasons, he had who you talking about had more losses than wins? Talking about Bob Myers?
Yeah, you got to be Bob.
That used to be Uncle Scotty when the kids was little. Now he's knocking off Scotty's ex-wife.
Hey yo, y'all gotta relax, yo.
Wowza, right, Gabe? Wowza. Me and Gabe don't agree a lot, but it's Wowza. Nigga said, what's this song called? Stacy's mom got it going on.
Kid Sean said Clay's a free agent next season too.
Yeah, but they're gonna sign him back.
Gabe said, of course it's about the money. Is it about the money?
It is. It gotta
Always
be
about the money.
Let's be real. Like, honestly, I felt one of their bad moves was Jordan Poole. Giving him that bag that early was crazy.
Jordan Poole? You mean Jordan drowned? Jordan Bronx?
How
Jordan,
am I tweaking that? How are you gonna sit there and say the dynasty's over? How am I tweaking for that? Let's be real.
the dynasty is over. I don't think they making it back. I don't care if Draymond come back or not.
No, but what I'm saying is, let's be real. A lot of dynasties mess up because of the owner or the GM or the money. Now, let's be real. You make a tweak here or there with Golden State. Who's to say they won't be back in the playoffs contending again next year?
Because of money. You
trade Jordan Poole, you go back and go get something better in return for Jordan Poole, which a lot of teams will take Jordan Poole because they think he's a shooter like Steph. I don't know why they would ever think that, but they think he's a good player. They're going to give you something in return for him. He's going to have ice spice at your game. He's going to have star power there. So it's like, all right, we get rid of Jordan Poole. Now you got money freed up. You give Draymond a little extension. You give Clay another extension. You go get some young. They have young pieces on the team. Kuminga's a good player. I like Jonathan Kuminga. He's a good player. You get another center or forward to back up Looney and Draymond. Yeah, bugging.
Gabe said the Warriors never recovered from that punch.
That's why you let that man go.
Big Mike said, I have a feeling it's about the players. Draymond, Poole, Clay might be some big changes. He doesn't want the headaches. Benjamin Foe said Jerry West been the GM to 3 teams in 20 years. This isn't uncommon. I agree. It's not uncommon. I agree.
I think Poole's going to be the one on the outs. If I had to pick out of all 3 of those people, I think Poole's going to be the one on the outs.
I don't think Big Mike says Poole is a great player. He could definitely take a punch. He could take a punch. He got dropped.
I don't know about that great player.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on. He definitely cannot take a punch because he got dropped. He got dropped for sure. And Poole is a great player. I'm gonna need for you to
Stop the cap.
gotta stop the cap, my G. Jordan Poole is not a great player. Jordan Poole likes the number 5. 500,000, 5 points in a playoff game. Those type of things is the things he's doing. And with that being said, I'm gonna need, you know what I'm saying? When Jordan Poole signed the contract, he told the Golden State Warriors.
Got him. Got him.
What moves besides I said getting rid of Jordan Poole? There's no difference in any other team making adjustments. You still have to add value to your team. You get rid of Jordan Poole and you could get, like I said, if you could get a backup center for Looney, or you could get another wing behind.
The way Poole played the Poole played this season, he got a big contract, but not a lot of value behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be tough.
It is gonna be tough, but you're gonna have a team that's gonna be willing to. Let's be real. He signed $100 and something million contract, right?
I think so.
$100 something million.
Oh, let me call Ice real quick.
For this day and age, he got 4 more years left on that contract? Or 3?
I think it's 6. A 6-year deal. It's the 6-year deal, I believe.
At $100 million? $100 and something million?
100 and something.
$100 and something million. Like
Let me look it up.
That's pocket change to a lot of these NBA's teams.
I wish it was pocket change to me. But we about to look it up right now. About to pull it up right now for y'all. Hold on, man. They call me.
He said Poole versus Jake Paul.
ESPC is my new name, y'all. ESPC. You know what I'm saying? Taking over.
He said, Jordan Poole versus Jake Paul next pay-per-view. Yeah,
no. He signed a 4-year, $128 million contract with the Golden State Warriors, including $123 million guaranteed and an annual salary of $32 million a year.
And when is that contract end? When he signed through?
This is the first year of it. So he got
3 more years left, roughly.
He's from Indiana, man. So you know what I'm saying. He's 23. He's born in 1999, bro.
Jesus. Oh my God, I feel old as shit, boy.
He's born in 1999.
1999, 2000.
He went to the University of Michigan. He went to the Bronx. Yeah. He was the 5th round pick. Now everything got to start with the number 5 for him, bro.
5 knuckle sandwich.
Because he's a fool for spending that bag, man.
So look,
considering that
roughly bag. What you say? He makes 30 something million. So what he got, like 90 something, 80 something million dollars left?
Nobody taking that.
They'll take that if you attach a draft pick to it. Or a team's trying to get rid of some people. Let's be real. You got teams that'll do bad contract for bad contract.
My boy, as soon as he signed that contract, man, all you heard was this in the background.
Got him! Got him!
Yeah, I think he's from Milwaukee. Yeah. Golden State definitely got finesse.
Yo, Big Mike said, damn, somebody got finesse. That's a fact.
But they definitely got finesse when you look at his play this year. But last year when he signed that contract, coming off of that playoff run he had, you would have never thought he would have went back to trash Poole this year. Because he did his thing last year when they won the chip. He did do his thing, but they gave him that extension too early.
Yeah, man, they gave him that extension too early. He was a free agent, so I guess they felt. I don't know.
You could have given him a 1 year, $30 million contract and see how he. Yeah, I don't know. They gave him that extension. That's the thing I hate with some sports. Like dudes really play their best ball when they about to hit free agency.
Like it's crazy. It's crazy because
and then they get that bag and then they go right back to hit him with that button.
Got him! Got him!
Bad work out here in sports.
Now Golden State is looking to, and then they also said this to him in the playoffs.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
They didn't even know who he was, man.
Keyshawn, he ain't have a good season because they was horrible on the road this year. Nobody on Golden State had a good season. They won, 11 games on the road this year? That was horrible, bro. Nobody had a good season on Golden State. So for them to even make it in the playoffs was much respect to them. But they definitely had a horrible year.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's nasty work out here, man.
Yo, you seen your boy got signed by the Orioles? This thing got signed by the Orioles.
Yeah, Aaron Hicks, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he said he wants some revenge on y'all.
Nah, he's doing us a favor. Now he can go stink it up over there. Now we can get some wins off of them.
Mike said, "I'm out, fellas. It's been a pleasure."
Yeah, Big Mike. I hope everything works out for you.
Definitely.
Keep pushing. Hope to hear from you soon. We'll be back on
Thursday. We back 9 p.m. same time, man. Hopefully you can pull back up, Big Mike. Everybody that pulled up tonight. Kia Sean said he averaged 21 a game this season.
This season.
Got to look that up, my brother. I don't know nothing about that.
Well, you know what? Speaking of average, that hating ass Pippen, he only averaged about 16 points his career.
Yo, listen. We will not be having no Scottie Pippen hate in this live.
No. It hurts me because you know me. You know what team I rep.
Man.
It hurts me to see that this man really stooped this low because he's personally hurt. He got to stop his BS, bro.
Man.
Oh, he said that's probably why Draymond really punched him, that Michigan State versus Michigan beef. Draymond punched him for spending $500 on Ice Spice.
Yo, he did have a good regular season. He averaged 20 in the regular season.
How many games he played? Let me stop.
He averaged 20.
Yeah, that's a good season, but he still had a horrible ass playoffs.
His playoff stats, and he averaged 10.3 points a game in the playoffs.
You got a question. Somebody JB asked you a question.
Question, Chuck. I don't watch baseball, but I'm a White Sox fan. How do you do this season? That's a great question. I haven't even got an opportunity to like really check them out. I did see some stuff about what's the
Liam Hendricks.
Oh, the Hendricks dude is back.
Liam Hendricks, yeah, the closer. He came back.
I'm talking about the shortstop. What's the shortstop name?
Anderson,
yeah, they got him in the news, man. You know, his wife and his side piece or something like that. It's crazy.
He's the what?
His wife and his side. He got a side piece and a wife. The side piece is bad. He won't leave his wife. Something like that. It's crazy. It's insane. The White Sox, they in fourth place in their division. They are fourth in the division.
Pippen better than Jordan.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it real. When we were growing up, like when we was growing up in my hood, like there was a lot of people that felt that way. A lot of people. I mentioned that in the blog I did. Like we were arguing back and forth. Like Scotty was probably like the first. You know how baseball they be like, yo, a 5'2" player.
Mm-hmm. No, he was a great. Listen, I'm not taking away nothing from Scottie Pippen. He's a great player. But you coming off as a hater by saying that man was a horrible player.
JB, hold on. Let me give JB his team stats. So they in fourth place. They 22-34. I thought they were that missed. Jesus Christ.
That's horrible. 93, 94 Bulls only lost 2 best games without Yago.
I'm with you on that.
I'm with you on that KI too, because I'm a Bulls fan. I watched that team. I know what we did without Jordan, but we can't sit here and act like Scottie Pippen wasn't wearing the 10s and pointing at the camera and telling the man come back. We ain't gonna act like we ain't gonna act like he wasn't doing that. Telling the man come back out of retirement. You seen it on the camera on podcast.
Yeah. But hold on. Let's keep it real though. The reason why the Bulls was doing so bad the next season when Mike did come back is because they lost Horace Grant.
That's a fact too.
That Chicago Bulls offense that they was running doesn't run well without a power forward.
A power forward or a center. Mm-hmm.
No, you can have a center, but without a power forward,
a comparable.
You got to think about it like this. Chris. Like when Horace Grant, once they realized Horace Grant was the missing piece, they went out and got Rodman to replace him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't run that triangle offense without 3 key pieces.
Without a power forward.
Yeah.
Without a power forward. Like even if you look at it, if you look at when the Lakers, you know what I'm saying? Can't run the triangle offense. When Phil went there, can't run the triangle offense without either a center or a power forward.
That's why I said a center, because you can't really run it without either one of those. You got to have if you have a comparable or a good power forward, you don't really need the center. But if you have a good center, you don't really need the power forward to be as good. You know what I mean? That's why it worked out with Shaq and Kobe and whoever ran the point, and it worked out with Pippen, Jordan, and Horace Grant, and Pippen, Jordan, and Rodman, because you could run it with that system.
Mm-hmm.
Any way you look at it, neither one of them is winning 6 chips without the other person. That's not even up for debate. Like they both needed each other to win them 6 rings.
I think the main issue is like before the Michael Jordan's son was dealing with was dealing
His
um
wife.
with his wife or whatever the case may be. Scotty was already saying things like this already 3-4 years ago. He was saying stuff like this back then. It has a lot to do with the Last Dance documentary. He don't feel like he was portrayed the correct way in that. That's why he wrote his book. That's why he came out with the book Unguarded after that. So like he doesn't feel like he was portrayed the correct way in that documentary. My problem with
Yeah.
that is that why don't you just call him and have
Right.
a conversation? I'm sure you can have a conversation with him. All this
You
stuff
see,
going now is not a good look.
my issue with Pippen is 1 minute you slandering Michael Jordan to make like people like LeBron and them look better than him, but then you turn around and you praise the man. Then you turn around and slander him again. So it's like, yo, your on and off slander is like, what do you get out of it? Like, yes, we understood you felt you wasn't portrayed right in the Last Dance documentary. A lot of people felt they wasn't portrayed right in the Last Dance documentary. But that's that man's opinion on his NBA career. You have a right to state your own claim for your own reasons. You get what I mean? Why you felt you did what worked for you in your career and on the Bulls.
Ki said, I mean not Ki. Keyshawn said Pippen was saying he was horrible in the aspect of a team player. I think that's what he was saying. And then
Yeah, but nobody never disagreed with it. But you coming on saying he was a horrible player before I got there.
It's all about communication. It's all about
Yeah, like
using your words the correct way. If you don't use your
so.
words the correct way, if
But
he meant it in that way as being a horrible player, as in team player, like you know what I'm saying, like in that's a team aspect, he should have
he
said
never
it.
said that.
He didn't say it that way. He didn't say it that way. And then when you don't use your words the correct way in communication, you lead people to come up with their own conclusions, and that's how
Right.
people don't know today.
And that's why
Aspect of looking at you as being a hater, Scotty, you're digging yourself a deeper hole. Scotty Pippen will always have a special place in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Scotty's my guy. Scotty's my guy. So when he's saying things like this, it's clearly something that's bothering him, and that he has not addressed. He needs to address that situation. And it starts with a phone call to Mike, and then call Phil. Or if you want to start with Phil first, call Phil, and then call Mike. But they got to start somewhere because he said some foul things about Phil too.
let's be real, because like you said, it starts up with communication. It starts up with what you said. He didn't say he was a horrible person as aspect of the team player. He said he was a horrible player. So when you say a horrible player, you just talking about him as an individual player. Now, the team that he had around him was trash. We're not going to sit there and act like Jordan played with great players until Pippen and them came along. But as a him as a horrible player, is that's what blew my mind. Like you saying this man a horrible player. Do you not like what he was doing when he came into the NBA was crazy. Now I'm going to what JB said. JB said, I'm not trying to start anything, but please don't take this out of context. Besides scoring, what else Jordan did better than Pippen? I'm just asking. Interested in what y'all say.
Nothing.
They basically
He wasn't a better defender than Scotty. He wasn't a better passer. He wasn't a better rebounder than Scotty. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, other than scoring, that's what he did better than Scotty.
But let's not act like Jordan didn't do those things neither. That's what I'm just going to say.
He did.
He did. But Pippen was better at it than him.
Right.
For a fact. But Jordan did do those things. So it's like, this is similar to like when me and you were talking about earlier with the Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Mm-hmm. Jaylen Brown is a better defender, a better rebounder than Jason Tatum. But Jason Tatum's a better scorer to me than Jaylen Brown. So for me, this is what I look at like
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I'm about to say something. I ain't saying anything.
That's why I'm kind of like, I'm looking at it as like Apple, picking apple from apple. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of like the same, like they both kind of do the same shit, but one is a little better in one thing than the other. You know what I mean? So Pippen is better defender than Jordan was, but Jordan's a better scorer. So like you can't, but they both could do the same thing. So you can't go wrong with either player, in my opinion.
I agree.
But you can't sit there and say Jordan's a horrible player.
Right. It just doesn't.
It just doesn't add up.
But he didn't
This
say
man won
he left.
a Rookie of the Year, Slam Dunk Championship, Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, all of that in one season. And you're gonna call this man a horrible player? That's crazy.
Keyshawn said, Jordan ain't communicating with nobody. See how he's treating Broccoli? What do you mean? He communicates with Charles Oakley. He speaks to Charles Oakley all the time. Keyshawn said Jordan ain't picking up no phone for that. I think he would, man. I think he realizes what's going on with Scotty. And you know, if Mike finds it in his heart, Mike might reach out to him. We don't know. You know? But at some point, it's a communication barrier that needs to be broken. Maybe Scotty can reach out. Like I said, reach out to Phil first. Have that conversation with Phil because he said some things about Phil, and I'm sure Phil understands where that's coming from better than what any of us, better than what we can understand. So you know, they want champions. They've been around each other a lot longer.
Keyshawn said that's what Pippen said though. He said MJ only focused on scoring, not winning. He said he's only a one-on-one player, so Scotty's not capping. You can't say that. I don't know if you seen the Kobe Bryant funeral service.
Isaiah Thomas deserves that grudge. Let's keep it real. He deserves that grudge. He was out there sending the phones at Mike, but he also did say and I'm gonna say this and then we go in the live. He also did say that he had people looking out for Michael Jordan
in Chicago
when he first got there and everything. So that's something we did not know about Isaiah.
That's what he said. We it's always two sides to the story. So we got Isaiah Thomas version. We don't know Jordan version. But I don't know. But before you end this live,
hold on. It could be true, or it also could be.
Stop the chat.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know. But God, Chris, end it off. Once you say
I was gonna say this. I don't know how many of y'all saw the Kobe Bryant funeral service when Shaq was talking, and Shaq was like, Robert Horry and was complaining that Rick Fox and was complaining that Kobe wasn't passing the ball. He went to Kobe and he said, pass the ball. He said ain't no I in team, but Kobe said, but it is an ME in that motherfucker. If your team is winning and you doing what you got to do, that's all that matters. There ain't got to be no damn team players. A lot of niggas who try to put their team and don't do shit.
K.I., listen, I'm going to read this last comment and then we out of here. K.I. said, I mean, let's be real. Jordan was a selfish, yellow-eyed, gambling degenerate. And with that being said,
listen. I take that. I take his gambling habits over a lot of niggas because that gambling habit turned him into fortunes.
With that being said, man, I'm gonna read this last. This is the last one for This is the last one. Here, Sean said, Thomas at GD's looking out for MJ. Ain't know about that. Yeah, that's a fact. He did. And that's what Isaiah Thomas said. That's fact.
What Isaiah Thomas said.
Here, Sean, you already know we back Thursday, 9 p.m. We back with another topic, talking this good live. And also, if y'all could, please check out the videos I'm dropping on the vlogs I've been dropping on the channel as of late, man. Let me leave some comments in the comment section. It's appreciated. With that being said, 100, not a penny less. Peace. What you said, Chris?
Some MX ones is dropping the Michigan joints.
Yeah, I heard. Text me. We gonna chop it up.
All right.
All right.